What's going on, everybody? You are now tuned in to the Triple M Boxing Channel, your source for all your boxing needs. And this Friday, three dudes, four actually. There's gonna be four
Five,
bouts.
actually, for some reason.
Five, yeah.
Five, yeah.
They added one more, but huge fight card happening this Friday in New York, and it's a free event.
That's ridiculous.
That's actually kind of crazy. Just like the three big names, in my opinion: Garcia versus Romero, Haney versus Ramirez, Teofimo versus Barboza. Like this, like the whole fight card literally could be a main event each on its own, man. And
Separately, yeah.
I'm just shocked that it's free. People who are living in New York or in surrounding states, or even if you're up in Toronto, man, make your way out. See, like check out that fight. It's going well, not fight, but fights. It's going to be absolutely crazy. But let's break down this whole fight card, man. Let's start off with Teofimo versus Arnold Barboza Jr. What do you think of this fight, man?
I think it's a great fight, but also a dangerous fight. Barbosa, man, he's undefeated. He is confident, and he's kind of like the upset king. I'd say that, he beat Jack Catterall. He beat a lot of good names, man. Jack Catterall that beat Josh Taylor. Barbosa also beat Pedraza, former world champion. Um, he beat a lot of people, man. Moran, the good, and even Ramirez.
Mhm.
So this guy is experienced. Um, for someone in his caliber, I think this will be a tough fight for Teofimo. That's just in my opinion. And like I said, they're both undefeated. Oh no, not both. See, Teofimo had a loss. They're Barbosa is undefeated. He's hungry, and I think it'll be a good tough fight for Teofimo, man. But breaking it down, I don't know. Styles make fights. I know that Teofimo is skilled enough to fight a certain way. He can move forward, he can move backwards, he can counter, he can be aggressive, he's slick, he's quick. Um, just my opinion, I think that's enough to get the W, but it's gonna be a tough fight. I know Barbosa's gonna come to fight. He's hungry, he's gonna be there. He's gonna be on Teofimo. He's gonna be in Teofimo's face all night, and he's gonna try to knock him out, man. So I think it'll be a tough fight for Teofimo. I want him. I think Teofimo's gonna win, but it'll be a tough night for him, and I think this will be a good challenge for him. At the stage of his career.
Yeah, the one thing I'll give Teofimo this time around, man, like he's killing it in the media these days, man. He's killing it.
Yeah,
Just the pre-fight antics, all the trolling. Not gonna lie, I like this Teofimo, but skill-wise, I have to agree with you there. I think he is a very skillful boxer. I think, in my opinion, he will take the dub over Barboza. Will there be a knockout, knockdown? Knockdown perhaps, but knockout, I don't think so. I don't think Teofimo will have the power to knock Barboza out. And that's strictly my opinion. Will he win by points? Hell yeah, all day. I think he will. But you never know. Again, this is
yeah.
boxing.
And that's what I'm saying. Like this guy's an upset king. I mean, but the good thing is we've seen Teofimo in there. And how he reacts. The things with Teofimo, every time it's, I shouldn't say it, but every time it's like a lower named fighter, he's not. Every time he performs, he's not at his best, except for when his fight with Steve. Obviously, Steve not being one of the top guys, Teofimo still took him seriously, and that was a good fight. Um, but what happened with Kimbosos? I know there was injuries that he was saying, but with Arnold Barboza, man, I expect Teofimo to be at the top of his game because he will need the best Teofimo to beat Barboza.
Man, you're absolutely right, because Barboza ain't no slouch. He's no
Not
chump,
at all.
man. So it's gonna
Not at all.
that fight alone, it's worth watching for. Like
And it's worth
if you were
paying
to
for.
watch one fight out of this night, make sure you catch this one. Well, all of them, but like specifically this one, Because in my opinion, I
I think
think
it'll
this fight alone is worth its weight in gold. You know.
I think it'll set up the next two fights. Although we can talk about the next fight might be, you know what I mean? Like this is Devin Haney. We don't know how it's gonna be boring or it's gonna be entertaining. But yeah, we'll jump into it, man. What do you think about Devin Haney versus Ramirez?
I think going into this fight, Haney has a lot to prove. You know, coming off that loss, or not even a loss, but last performance from Ryan Garcia, he has a chip on his shoulder, right? So I do believe coming into this fight, Devin Haney is going to bring his quote unquote best package. Will we see him more aggressive, or is he going to fight like very defensively? I think he's going to fight very defensively. Is he going to be able to watch out from left hooks? Man, one way to find out, because he got caught many times in that Ryan Garcia fight. And if Ramirez learned anything from watching that tape, hey man, work on your left hook your whole camp, you know. But Ramirez as well, you know, he lost against Barboza, so he has a lot to prove
Last
in this fight as well. So like these two guys, this is a proving ground right now. This matchup, right? So who wants it more? So in my opinion, I think it's 50-50. What do you think on this one?
mm. Man, that's a good. Oof,
Oh,
I fell. I
oh,
fell. No, but that's a good breakdown. I think I agree. They're both at a point of their career where they need a win to revive their career. Um, Obviously, Devin Haney's loss didn't count. He's technically still undefeated. Um, but millions of people saw him, saw that not what happened. And that's something that's hard to recover from. The beating that he took from Ryan Garcia should have been stopped. In my opinion, it should have been. So that takes a toll on your body. And how you react your first fight will be the key to to how you come back. Because Devin Haney's never been in that position before. We'll see tomorrow how he reacts against a guy that's kind of on the same page, trying to revive his career, coming off a loss against Barbosa. So that's what it is. Ramirez is going to be a dangerous fighter. He's a former world champion. He just lost to Barbosa and Josh Taylor, two tough guys. So this guy can box. And one thing about this guy is, especially for Devin Haney, if you're getting ready for a rematch with Ryan Garcia, which obviously that's the next plan, assuming they both win, then Jose Ramirez will be the perfect opponent because like the same height. You can kind of gauge the range, watch the left hook. Please watch the left hook, and be able to box and win. Um, I see this as going to be an even tougher fight for Devin Haney, in my opinion. Not tough as like he's going to get beaten up, but he has to perform where people like he needs to convince people that he can perform and beat Ryan Garcia in the rematch. I want to see him fight like how he fought Regis Prograis. That's not he was boxing, but he was letting his hands go and moving forward. He was throwing with power. One thing about this fight is at I think is at catch weight 144. So this fight is officially a welterweight fight. I believe it's at 144. Let me just check because that's what I last time. If it's at 144, then it is a catch weight. They're already a welterweight. They're getting ready for the
yeah.
rematch at welterweight. So that's gonna be that. It's interesting because as we know, Devin Haney isn't a small guy either. He drains to make 140. So now 144, how would he look like? If he regains his power, then I think it's gonna be a long night for Ramirez, and I think Devin's gonna pull off the win again. I I want him to win because I want to see the rematch. So I'm pulling. I want Devin Haney to win in a good fashion where he can convince that he's ready for the rematch.
I agree, man. That rematch between Garcia and Haney is, if well, when it happens, it's going to be unbelievable. But moving on to the main event, Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero, man. I'm pumped for this fight too, man. That's just these two. They have history with each other in the
Yeah.
amateurs. They know each other, right? And we said this with like Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia as well, right? They have experience with each other in the amateurs, but now that they're fighting in the pros, smaller gloves, 12 rounds, who's gonna come out on top? You know, the very awkward fighter or the one trick pony? And in my opinion, I think the one trick pony. In my opinion, I think Ryan Garcia is gonna take it. Just Rolly is so awkward, man. Every time he fights or every time I see him hitting pads, I'm like, what the heck? But like, it's effective. But at the same time, it's like, man, how are you not getting like how are you at this caliber of like boxing when you box like that?
See,
That's just
it
my
seems
that's just my opinion, you know?
yeah, it seems stiff when he does his this pad work, which is a little it's unorthodox. That's what they say, you know. But again, it does make it. These guys know each other since they were kids. They know each other's fights. There's a video on YouTube right now that you can search, literally them sparring each other, and it was a good sparring. They were going hard, and they were able to quote unquote hurt each other. So I want to see that Rolly. I know Ryan's gonna bring his A game. I think this is contracted at a full 147, so they're officially now in welterweight, and I think that's an advantage to Ryan because as you know at 143 he was struggling to make 143 against Haney, so now he's gonna be full blown welterweight. Ryan isn't a small guy, so he's gonna be full welterweight against the guy that fought at 140 last time. So it's technically Rolly that's moving up. Ryan is the bigger guy, but then hey, you know, who knows at 147 Rolly might be even stronger. And that's I want to see a good scrap. You know, these guys know each other, so uh, you know, maybe the first round just a feel out round, but I want to see them just, you know, give it their all. But I see Ryan being able to sneak in a left hook, maybe knocking Rolly down. Um, I see Rolly trying to counter back, trying to use that jab. But at the end of the day, I see Rolly getting countered with the left hook. Maybe a knockout, but I see Ryan Garcia winning either a pretty clear decision win or maybe even that'll set up the rematch, man. And I think after that, and then we'll get the rematch between the two guys. But I see that main event being entertaining because it's already entertaining now. They're already talking to each other, uh, and you know it's gonna be fun.
It is gonna be fun and from just speculation as well, it seems like Ryan Garcia is the Ryan Garcia we saw against Devin Haney, like he was wilding out on social media.
Yeah,
He seems
yeah,
way more focused this time
he's a
around, you
Drake.
know, like changed,
I
you
agree.
know?
I agree.
So like I think the package Garcia I think the package Garcia is gonna bring Friday night is gonna be, in my opinion, it might be the best. We'll see.
I agree, and I think he's also facing the same pressure as Haney. They both need to win in a fashion where okay, let's run it back. You know, and Ryan's also has that pressure because you can't gas out. He was gassed out in round two, round three. Like, we even said he was drinking during camp. He wasn't taking it seriously. I really hope that he is. Seems like he is taking this seriously. This is a weight that he's comfortable in, and he's back with Derek James. I just really hope that his conditioning will be there because there you go. I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to do it Friday night, bro. But yeah, I just want to see him in the best tip top condition because if he is at his best, I think he'll knock out Rolly.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait for this fight. This whole fight card is gonna be absolute fireworks. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Which fight are you guys most excited about? Do you think Ryan Garcia is gonna take out Rolly Romero? Do you think Romero is gonna pull up the upset? Do you think Ramirez is gonna pull up the upset and absolutely ruin the rematch, the potential rematch? Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, we're the opposite of in.